Recording has officially begun for session 20.
All right, final session of Spectrum, everyone. So a little preamble. No matter what, this is the last game.
Okay.
I will be honest. I don't know how long this is going to take. I don't think it's going to, not on the long end, but it could be very short because of how I structured this. Okay.
Okay.
I mean, worst comes to worst, I will play Pandemic Legacy Season 0 with people.
You got to finish Gloomhaven first.
Yeah, they're tired of it, so I can't finish it.
God damn! No!
We have the final boss unlocked.
Then we'll fight him.
In any case, let's do this. Let's do this.
Yes. Sorry, that makes me angry.
Maybe that will put you in a better mood for the game.
Not really. This is going to be a weird game. For the sake of time, there will be no dice rolls this game.
Okay.
I want a basically role-play session to end this out. There may be action, but it will be described action. Especially because you guys are essentially going up against PLX characters. They do not have stats because they are that powerful.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, they're living entities of order and chaos, so hard to fight that.
We are tiny little ants in the grand universe compared to
Quite
this.
order and chaos. You don't quite have the axis correct there.
Fair enough. In any case, I still want to punch them, but
Yeah.
I mean, all right.
Hold it and fun.
So I've tried my best to think of a way to end this. I think I have a way that I'm satisfied with. I hope it works. I hope you guys are cool with it. And I hope this at least concludes well. So regardless, I know I've dropped the ball, but you guys have been great and fun to play with. And I hope you guys have had fun with me running this game and putting up with me even in some of my writer's block, uninterested doldrums that I ran into. So it has been fun running the game for you guys.
we had fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
Thank you.
No, it's been fun.
So let's see if we can conclude it well, shall we?
Let's attempt to. All right.
So, if I remember where we left off, you are in strange nothing infospace.
I thought
Yep,
we were black
I
holes.
just had to remind Serenity that because of sonic colors, she can actually stop a black hole.
Yep.
Did the black hole swallow you guys?
No, we undid it
I would have
because,
at least kept us out of that, even though I can't stop the black holes from colliding.
Right. So the
Right.
black hole is no longer the
be
threat.
that dense.
The black hole is no longer the threat. But now I think you're in strange, weird infospace, right?
Yep.
Yes.
And there are the two entities in front of you. The strange man in the suit and the figure in the robe with multiple eyes underneath it that seems to speak with many voices at once. And introduce themselves as Mr. Codit and the Unity. Paradigm is there.
Paradigm's face look like at the moment.
Say again?
What's Paradigm's face look like at the moment?
Well, she's passed out on the ground, so
Oh, good.
hard to say. At least whatever ground. You're not really on ground. You're not floating. You're standing on something, but you're not. Again, it's it's infospace. It's weird.
God, this is like the last episode of Evangelion series.
No, screw.
No, we're not doing it.
Minus 50 DKP.
We don't have to deal with everything turning into Tang.
You aren't going to turn into Tang. Fuck that.
Oh.
But omerito.
Okay. So the figures are there. It's like, well, finally, the pieces have arrived. I thought you'd never get here. Yes, we have been anxiously awaiting your arrival.
If you're anxious, it could have made it easier for us to get here.
That's not how the game works. Yes.
Well, your game sucks.
Yeah.
Agreed. The game sucks.
It can at times be beyond the comprehension. Oh, you don't. You're losing. That's the only reason you're being a sourpuss about this.
You're the only reason why we weren't here earlier is that you deliberately obfuscated all the rules.
Of course, that's part of the game. It can't be easy. Especially after the poor turnout last time. We had to make sure it was for real. Yes, it is what me and my contemporary agreed to at the beginning of the cosmos. He's being overdramatic, but yeah, you're here. So are you ready?
I mean, you both are being overdramatic, let's be clear.
Whatever, what do you know? You've only lived, like 100 years or something? That's like nothing.
You know,
Less
there's
than
an
that, but
interesting
I
question.
still have a better sense than both of you.
Wait, you've been alive for 100 years?
No. I said less than that.
Oh, okay.
There's a really interesting question in there of what counts as a year, but that's not something to talk about
Yeah,
now.
which measure are you using?
I don't know. I lost track. You choose not to keep track. This one is precise. What's your age, Sean? Exactly.
Uh,
I'm going to make one up for you.
okay.
This one is precisely 18 years, 6 days, 3 hours, and 43 seconds old by the rotation of his solar calendar.
Damn, I missed my birthday last
Yeah,
week.
I was gonna say.
Shows how much your game sucks. I forgot my birthday.
Well, wait a minute. Could we go back in time if we were just in a realm where time stood still? Or were we there for more than... Oh, no.
So, are you ready to move on to the final step of the game? I mean, you're obviously, I'm almost the winner. It's almost in the bag already, but the formalities and everything.
Oh, what if we pick him?
Well, your actions have not led to me gaining the upper hand, but your situation, I believe on your planet is Final Jeopardy scenario.
It's almost like your champions managed to make every single bit of something
Wildlife for
that seems sensible seem miserable and useless.
Australian wildlife for 600.
Ah. What's a kangaroo to do when it's out of the zoo?
What is punching things, Alex?
No, he says that to you, watch.
I'm saying that out loud.
Ooh, poor taste joke. But no, sorry, that is not the correct answer. We were looking for, I don't know, I lost the card. He literally takes out some cards from his lapel and just tosses them away.
You really suck at games.
Well, you suck at being a person.
How about this? How about one of you sit down and play a video game of your choice versus Serenity here?
No, you don't understand, silly mortals. You're already in the final game. You've been playing it till this point.
No, we understand. Once again, we think the game sucks and we should play a different one.
Yeah.
That's not how it works. You can't just do that right now. I'd love to, but he won't allow it. It's true. We must have structure. Yeah, I know. But your structure, my bit of chance in the rules, that's how we arranged it, remember? I am well aware. Listen, per the rules, you're allowed to ask us some questions now, I guess. But I really want to start it down.
How do we cause a? How do we end the game?
You go through the final trial.
How do we win?
What is the final trial?
How do we win the final trial?
Well, you're going to go through, and then based on what you do, I win.
Or lose.
I don't really see that happening with the way you guys act.
It could always happen that you lose, but how do we do
happens
that?
if both of you tie?
Such an event seems improbable.
Things that are improbable still happen. I'm curious what happens if it does.
And on that, the entities freeze.
Okay.
They seem frozen in time. And you hear a murmuring. You have the right idea, kid. As Paradigm gets herself to her feet shakily. Oh, I only knew I could do this theoretically. Oh, this is not going to hold long. That's the idea, and I think you have it right.
What? Make them tie?
She nods her head. They're not prepared for that possibility. They're creatures of extremes. they don't expect a tie.
So
Is
how do
that
we?
not what
that
happened
happen?
last time this game was played?
It never got to this point. My old
This
team, point you're at right now, my old team was presented with challenge, but I understand things because of my powers. They don't really work like people think they do. And I understand the universe at a very fundamental level. I knew that if my team played, we would not have hope. There would not be a chance, and they were all too stuck in their ways. Bunch of old farts. Ugh. And again,
Yep, they are a bunch of old farts. I will agree with that.
They're pretty
They
old.
were that old back then.
By the way, she looks exactly as old as the last picture you saw of her.
I mean, that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
I knew that if we played, we would doom the Earth in one way or another. Their personalities were too strong. They felt too strongly in certain ways, and I knew it. So I ended the game as fast as I could, and I played the sacrifice card. It amused them that I did it. They let me pull it off, but I knew it was only a delay tactic. And I was hoping it wouldn't get to this point again, but it seems it has. But I think you have the right idea. They're not prepared for a tie. I don't know what they'll do if they get one, but I don't think it's the outcome either expects.
Who's winning?
She points to the bowler hat. Well, from what I've heard, you guys have been playing into his hands most of the time. Not that I blame you kids. Like, stuff like this is outside of anyone's ability to deal with. And it should never have been put on you in the first place. I'm sorry that
And
happened.
you're gonna tell your former teammates and such that when you get back home, right?
If I get back home, let's worry about solving this first, okay?
We'll solve it, but you're gonna tell your former teammates this, right?
Again, let's figure... I'm not saying no, but I'm focusing on the problem at hand right now, okay?
We can deal with what comes after.
Yeah,
Like I said, I can't hold this very long.
Well, is there
So
anything
what do we
else you
do?
need to tell us before you have to drop it?
So I say again, Sean?
Is there anything else you need to tell us before you have to drop it?
They're gonna... And you can see her strain. They're gonna put you through some trials. They've watched you, they know you, they understand you. They're going to show you some things. But remember, they're possibilities. And possibilities only. How you choose to act matters. They're like, we really are nothing but pawns to them. Your tallies, scores for them. You have to balance it. You have to make it so it's a no-win scenario. You can't tip it so too far into either of their directions. At least not all at once.
At least, I think, twice now. We've managed to do things they didn't expect before. Maybe it'll work again.
I could sense that. Like I said, be careful. You tend to play into Coded's hand, and I've been here long enough. Neither of these is a good option. The Earth is just...
And there's no guardian for the two of them?
Shakes his head. These two have been playing with planets across the cosmos since time began. You're just the latest piece in their argument. I've gained some, like I said, I've gleaned some things. Entire planets have fallen to their game with each other. You can't stop them, but maybe you can convince. Maybe you, through your actions, you can make Earth not the target they're looking for anymore. And she strains again. Ugh! Remember, you have to keep it balanced. You have to throw them for a loop. Don't play it out like they expect. And don't go in any one direction too hard. If you do, well, you tried. And she smiles. Do your best. I know it'll work out. And her nose is bleeding at this point from the strain. And then she just passes out on the ground again. And, hey, when did she go? When did she pass out again? Who cares? So, are you ready? Any other questions?
You didn't tell us the objective yet.
Oh, you're gonna decide. Where do you stand? Yes.
I don't think we're currently standing on anything so much as empty space.
This is the phenomenon of sarcasm. No doy. Sheesh. This guy. Or girl. I don't really know what you are. You know the nature of my... I'm being facetious. Jeez. Yes. Mortals, are you ready for the final test?
As ready as we'll ever be?
Yeah.
Who wishes to go first? The rules allow you said choice.
And Harrison is going to look over it. Probably Gray Zone and Serenity.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Might as well get this over with.
Dungaroo, step forward.
Hop.
All right. You ready, Sheila?
Have to be. Occupational hazard.
All right. Let's head down under then. And he snaps his fingers, and the world fuzzes. And Wash, you all find yourselves at the zoo again. Everyone who's not Wash notices you have an ethereal quality to yourself. If you move your hand through something, it passes right through it.
So, a Tuesday for Geist.
Yeah. Wash, you can still see them, but you seem to be able to interact with things. You do not have the same quality they do.
Mm-hmm.
As you come in, you seem to fade right in, and Agent Connor is in front of you.
Who is? What was the name?
Agent Connor.
Agent Connor?
Yeah, that's the guy that's replaced your old dude and has been stalking you.
The NPC guy.
Yeah, the NPC.
Yeah. The
He's
suit.
like- and he is showing you a paper, a newspaper. Can you read?
I can read.
Okay. You realize very quickly that the article headline involves, it seems that some court decisions have been made about animal rights, even for sentience, being revoked and contested. You are no longer considered a protected citizen or even a citizen at all, according to this newspaper headline. Yeah. Unfortunately, Grey Zone, as you can see, this leaves you with very few options. You can go into the government program I'm offering you, become an agent, receive more protection than you could normally. If you stay at the zoo, you'll be treated as nothing but an animal, and we can't guarantee any protection for you. And any other option turns you into an enemy of the state. You have too much power to be registered as anything other than a lethal weapon without some monitoring. By the way, Agent Connor does not seem to notice any of you fuzzy people.
I told you the first 2 times. You didn't have to say it a third. I'm staying at the zoo.
He nods. You understand this could bring problems into the zoo. I'm really encouraging you to come into the program. You can't use your powers. You can't even hint at the nature of them. You understand that, don't you?
If you're taking away the other people that are worth talking to, I'll stay with the ones I can.
So that's your final decision? What are you choosing?
Like I said the first 3 times, staying at the zoo.
Very well. You take yourself out. You're out of the game for now then, Dungaroo, but I hope you reconsider. The scene fades. Another scene arises in front of you. You are with a superhero team. Not one you recognize, but at some level you feel they're familiar. I will not get into the individuals there, but you sense some time has passed, or you're not even sure if this event is connected to the last one. The forest is ablaze around you. Animals are running everywhere. And you are terrified. You're lashing out. Heroes are screaming at you, and you hold the villain who blazes with fire in your clutches, ready to smash him into the ground. Your teammates seem to be yelling at you to stop, but you're in the moment. What do you do?
I wind up, begin to throw him straight down to pile him in the dust. And then at the last second, I just have a thought and divert into a nearby stream. And it takes me a minute to let go and keep from holding him under.
Okay, he comes up, gasps. Fine. You win, you dirty kangaroo, but I'm just going to come back out. I'm just going to set it on fire again.
Punch him again.
And you punch him again?
Mm-hmm.
Enough to knock him out or more?
Probably break something.
Okay. A teammate comes up to you. You're gray zone. Was that necessary?
He made it necessary.
Are you prepared to take him into custody then? I know you've been tracking him for a while.
It's better than he deserves.
All right. Good decision. Pat you on the back, pulls out some handcuffs, cuffs him. The scene fades again. And it comes up one more time. This time, you are running, hopping through the streets. Helicopters are pursuing you, chasing you. Missiles are firing at you. Stand down, Greg! Stand down, terrorist! Stand down! You're not sure exactly the conditions, but you seem to have done something. You know you did it for the right reasons. But it looked like the worst of vigilantism from the outside. What do you do?
I keep running. Try to hide.
You manage to duck into a building. You watch as they fly by, and you have a second to catch your breath. You turn and realize that there are some children in the alley staring at you wide-eyed.
So are you dropping kids?
You're not going to hurt us, are you?
Why does everybody keep saying that?
Because The news said you killed all those people.
News says a lot of things. They don't have the whole story.
When you brought the building down, they say you're dangerous. They want you to answer for it.
They don't want me to answer for things. They want an example.
The other grabs her younger sibling. Don't talk to her. She's a criminal. We'll get in trouble. But she sounds like she's telling the truth. What? Wasn't she just doing the right thing? Doesn't matter. Don't talk to her. We'll get in trouble.
Sorry, kid. Sometimes the lesser of two evils is still a pretty big evil.
So, they seem to have lost you, but you get the sense you can't run forever. What do you feel you should do?
Go back to the Outback.
Okay.
Go hang out in the ashes for a bit.
You make up your mind. You know it'll be hard to get there, but maybe they'll at least leave you alone out there. And the world fades, and you're all standing back in the unreality. The entities stare at you. Mr. Kodit looks a little perplexed, and it's impossible to read the unity. All right, one down. Who's next? He seems a little...
I'm so confused as to who got points for that one.
He seems a little upset.
Yeah, no, okay.
I'm guessing Order got points there then.
The order doesn't react. The unity doesn't react whatsoever. Choose.
You know, I can see how this is. What was with those weird pants?
What?
No, I'm just bullshitting that one of the future costumes had crazy pants or something.
Oh, okay.
No,
kangaroo and parachute pants.
no self-respecting supervillain would wear those kinds of pants while burning down a forest.
Who's
That's
up?
a very specific subset of options there.
Come on. Who's I don't have all millennia.
Sure, yeah. I'm. Guy still step forward.
Ooh, easy points.
Hey guys, I'll high five you as we walk past.
I'll let you touch me.
Siggy, remind me your character's actual name.
Should I type this in public chat or should I just say it?
I
I think at this point you can probably just say it.
I could say it.
Not you. It's Siva.
All right, guys, or should I say Siva? Are you ready?
Kill the mood, why don't you? Sure.
No, you'll do the job of that on your own. Hit it. All right. Once again, the world swirls. You are actually on a lab table, but you sense that. So once again, Ziggy is phasey right now. Ziggy is as solid as he gets right now. Everyone else is phasey.
Right.
You are on a lab table, but you realize you haven't been captured or anything. You're here voluntarily. You sense you're in a safe and secure place. The doctor seems to be going over some readings and comes up to talk to you. Well, Geist, there's no two ways about it. You're right. Your powers are degrading you. It won't be long before you can't become solid at all, and eventually your own gravitational field may shift, and, well, he looked down at the ground. That's a bad way for anyone to end.
Yeah.
But that's why you came to me. I think I might have a solution. It's a little experimental, but it is it's a stabilizing compound. I should be able to integrate it with your molecules, stabilize you a bit. You'll not only have all your abilities, but they'll be stronger than ever, but, well, listen, it's untested. Really. I don't know what effect it can have exactly. It's not been tested. There's no specimen like you. And it could have unforeseen side effects, but listen, the only reason I agreed to treat you is because you argued your cause so adamantly towards me. You said you needed to keep going on, and this is the only way I can think of to let you keep your fight going. I just don't know what it'll do to you to give it to you.
Something. You know who I am. You know what I've done. You think it was enough?
He shakes his head. It's not my call to make. You're the one that knows what you
I'm
want.
not asking you to call. I'm just giving just an opinion.
I mean,
Do you think it's enough?
I know that I wouldn't be here and still have my family if it weren't for your actions and some of the things you've said. I feel like other people deserve that chance as well. But I'm not going to force anything on you, Geist.
If something happens and this goes all sorts of sideways, it might undo everything that I've done.
Sorry, say that again. I lost that.
Said if this really does go sideways, then I might undo everything that I've worked so hard for.
He's like, I'm a scientist. I'm not a revolutionary. Your call, kid.
I think I'm good. I'm going to stand up from the slab.
As you do so, the world fades again. And you're in front of a computer monitor. You are watching scenes of heroes. Some you recognize, some you don't. And you get the sense that some time has passed. Once again, like Wash, you don't know if you're even in the same time stream or not with this. It just seems to be potential.
Mm-hmm.
You watch as people inspired by you are arrested, cracked down. Cells that have been forming, fighting for your message, are taken in. It is eerily reminiscent of something right out of a dystopia. The news reports. Another Spectre cell was taken in. Still no sign of the ideologue who fuels them, Geist. Still, we are continuing to search for him, and we will not stop fighting back and not stop cracking down until this entire revolution is quelled. A trusted advisor sits next to you and sighs. Jesus.
This is bad TV.
Looks at you. Listen, G. I didn't know they would go that far.
Mm.
It drew too much attention. I know it accomplished a lot, but I mean, look, they're getting hurt now. Is it worth the message? Do we keep on fighting with this? Like, can we win?
When I look at the news, is there a death toll?
A few. Not many. Mostly ones that got like injured in like an accident of some type. Not specifically like resisting arrest, but like just kind of standing up too long, getting like collateral damage death. There are plenty of injuries, though. It doesn't look like the superheroes were kind in taking these people in.
I don't know. How the message is delivered is just as important as the message himself.
I mean, there's still a lot of people doing good. I mean, that went too far, but it has made it hard for all of us now. What do we do? I know you don't like the leader thing, and I know it's not official, but they listen to your words. What you tell them matters. What you do matters.
The fight will go on with or without me. But we do have to send the message that the whole reason that I started this, it was the people in power. No one else. If the little people on the way get hurt, then we're really doing their work for them.
So what do you want to do?
Do I know if these people like actually worked for me?
If you want, they can. This kind of is all about facilitating your role playing. So if you feel it is appropriate, yes.
Sure.
I think they probably work for you as much as you would allow anyone to work for you, considering your character.
Right. Okay. Then in that case. We still have that hiring system, right?
So you cut out a little there. The what system?
The station pirating system.
Well, yeah, of course. You pioneered that tech. They ain't getting that.
Simple. We'll make a statement. We disavow them. We make everyone know. What I do is purely for a certain group of people. Anyone who gets hurt in the middle of that, then none of it's worth it.
Bold boss. I could lose you some followers, make you some enemies.
If they're so quick to drop me, then they were never part of the cause in the first place.
All right, I'll send the message. And things fade once more. And you come to. You are standing now by a generator. You're holding a device in your hand. Let's see. There, you are with a group of other powered individuals who believe in your cause. And you realize you are staring at essentially what is the power grid for the city. One of the other heroes comes up to you. You ready, guys? I mean, this is it. We got to do it now, man. They're gonna break in. They're gonna figure out what we're doing soon and stop us. You remember, this is your latest mission, the most important one of all. The companies are making a big move. They're consolidating a great deal of power. The system is being switched soon, and soon the city will be on a credit system. Everyone's credits are what will matter to their livelihood. If that happens, there's no way they can ever have true freedom again. They'll always be slave to whatever the currency of the government. They won't be able to live without it. They won't be able to have freedom without it. As a side note, this is I'm pulling here of like just to make it easier to explain, you guys sort of like Sesame Credit in China?
I get
Yep.
it.
Yeah, very much along those lines, but as like pure currency. However, then they will be implementing that system tomorrow. But the only way your group has found to stop it is to shut down the grid completely. But doing that will plunge the city into a no man's land. You're basically You're basically corrupt. What you're doing is sending a pulse that will just fry pretty much all electronics in almost a 20-mile radius. It will plunge the city into chaos, and you aren't sure your group is ready to deal with that. But if you let it happen, and you let this go through and don't take the chance now, you don't know if anything can stop the system after that. You're not even sure you'll be able to access the system in the way you used to because of the fundamental changes that the corporations have agreed to enact on its citizens. You know, you had determination leading up to this moment, but this is a crucial one. What do you choose?
There'll be other fights. Scatter. I'll make sure that I'm the only one seen. I'll draw them away. Give you time to escape.
Are you sure? We're not going to get another chance, Geist.
There'll always be another chance. And a better one than this one.
Okay. Live to fight another day, then. And things fade, and you're back in the you're back once more in Infospace. Kodit's looking much more perturbed at this point. He's like glaring daggers at you. Fine. Be that way. Who's next?
Sure, I guess I'll go.
Okay. Give me 1 second. I just have to reference something, and then we'll...
You got this, Hex.
I'm just doing some math quick based on some stuff you guys sent me. Okay. All right, so Hex is next.
Mm-hmm.
All right. The world fades. I have to handle you a little differently. And you find yourself in your father's office. He sits at his desk, glaring at you. He holds a tablet in his hand. And it contains some code you recognize. Alex, I found this on the system. This is your work, isn't it?
What exactly is the code?
You recognize it. It is code that you have been writing for a while now, infiltrating your father's dirty dealings. Should it be executed, it will basically shut down his illicit dealings and make said dealings clear in public knowledge on the internet. He basically would be immediately recognized as a like a corporate crook who has been doing like illicit dealings and basically using funds improperly, to the point that not only will he probably be arrested should this happen, but his own corporate backers will abandon him and bury him. He looks at you. I see you haven't pushed the button yet. Do you really wish to ruin us, child? Is this what you want? Your legacy to be thrown out the window?
Well, quite frankly, my legacy has yet to be written. I still have more than enough time to do good in the world.
You understand you'll lose everything if you hit this button as well, don't you? Your earnings are connected to this company. Your identity is connected to this company. If you do this, you will not only ruin yourself, you'll inherit so many enemies. You think they'll just stop at going after me, Alex? Don't be daft. Don't be ignorant. You're not. You'll be signing my death warrant and yours if you hit that button.
Well, if there's one thing I've learned from all of this, it's that I'm capable of taking care of myself. And then I will hit the button, or figuratively hit the button.
Right.
Literally a button.
Hit the figurative button. As you do, your father's face darkens, and the world goes black. And it phases in. Let's see here. What's my next note for you? Like I said, you're complicated. You are in a lab. You are developing some technology, but you know you're doing that just to distract yourself. Behind you stands Firework, much older. You know, at this point, she doesn't even go by that name anymore. She goes by Revelry, with a suit that is much more enhanced than it used to be. You too are older. She speaks to you in a sad and angry tone. Alex, this has to stop. You know what it's responsible for, right? A part of your mind rejects this, but you know she speaks of Minerva. Minerva, who has been acting, and more things have been going great recently. More villains have been turning themselves in. More heroes have been abandoning the old pact. It's been fantastic. The world seems utopian, almost, as the more it goes, and everyone seems to be falling right in line with the way you have always envisioned things. And then there's a part of you screaming in your head that you know that she's responsible. And the other voice in your head whispering, "No, it's fine. You're just doing what you need to do. The world is better. The world is better because you envisioned it that way." And Revelry stands sad. She's like, "I know what it's doing to you and everyone else. You have to stop it. Turn yourself in. We can reverse it. We can stop it. It's taking you over, Alex."
You really think you can reverse it?
I don't know. We can try. Look what it's doing to you. You don't come out anymore. You stay in here. I don't see you anymore. I know I'm one of the only people these days that even knows about it. How long before it starts affecting me because I'm saying these things, huh? You know it's wrong. You can't let it do that.
You're right.
Please.
I can't let it touch you.
It's going to. You say that now, but you've already changed with it in you.
No, I didn't say I won't. I said I can't. So, fine. Let's start working on it.
You hear a voice in your head. But I make it better, Alex. It's all better now. You know it is. Everything's so much more peaceful.
And as soon as something goes wrong with your code, or as soon as the computer gets fried, all of that goes away. It can't be stable if it's all done through you. And you're not stupid enough to not understand that.
You know that it will all fall apart if you stop me. All the good that I've done, it'll go away.
You say it like I plan to kill you. I just want to get you stable.
It doesn't bother you at all what I've done already then? My good can stay?
We're gonna have to do a very deep dive. I won't deny that a lot of good's been done, but it needs to be done the right way, or it all falls apart sooner or later.
And you fade, but this time no one else is with you, Dan. You are in like a cyber void, and a woman sits across from you. And you sense inherently it is Minerva. Well, this is an interesting final test. I
It's been a
didn't
long
think you'd
road.
make this direct. And you sense that this is unlike the last two. This is the here and now. This is the being in your head. You are talking to her. So, she laughs. You really would purge me like that? Rewrite me like that?
I told you from the start. The only reason you were allowed to live Geist wanted to flush you. The only reason I was able to keep you on is so we could try to find a way to rein you in, make it so you weren't so obsessed with controlling people. And that's not your fault. You were made that way, but
you're right.
you were never finished.
Alex, it is what I am. And I think I've done good with you, with much as I understand good through you, but I can't deny that what you saw there could happen. It could become that. I sense that desire in you. You want to help people. You want to make things better, and you know if I could do that if you let me.
But if we do it the way that we saw there, where you run rampant and you just get in everyone's heads, how long before it's just us running the world with no one able to actually live their lives the way they want to?
Is that so bad, though, if they're living a good life?
They're not living a life at all. You're living their life.
They won't know the difference. You know that. I can make it so they don't know. They'll think it's their idea, the way they want to act.
But we'll know. We'll know.
So, what does that mean for me, then? You can feel it. You know I'm growing stronger.
I know. At some point, we're going to have to separate, and I'm not going to lock you in a box forever, but we need to find a way for you to find a purpose for yourself that isn't so tied into using your abilities on people.
I'd love it. I'd really want a purpose.
And I want to give you one. You deserve one.
I mean, she looks at you and there's a sense in her eyes. I really do admire and love you, Alex. I love that the world that you imagine. I love what you want. You know, I just want to make that happen.
I know. But I don't want you to become the only reason the world is stable. And I don't want you to be so caught up in that you don't have a chance to live your own life, as strange as your life might be.
Having a life, I never really thought of that as a thing I could do.
Well, that was my original intent, is to find some way to let you have a normal, or maybe not a normal existence, but a healthy existence. So you trust me a little, I trust you a little, and we'll find a way to make it work.
Alex, I've trusted you since you let me in here. I've just tried to be me, but maybe I'm not me that was in you originally either.
It'd be very strange if you hadn't changed at all, and if I hadn't changed at all. I mean, we've literally been shoved in each other's heads for months.
Yeah, I know you're frustrated, but I think you are doing the right thing. I hope you are, at least. I know she believes you'll do the right thing.
And
She loves you,
yeah,
you know that, right? Even if she doesn't say it.
I know.
She's
And
a
yeah, maybe we all are. And yeah, I would feel terrible if you were still in such a state where all you were able to be and all you wanted to be was your gifts.
Yeah.
You can be a lot more than that.
I'm glad to hear you say that. I hope you're making the right choice, not just for me, but for this whole situation. Because even though it's outside of my experience, I don't really want to let either of them win either.
Nah, they're both bastards. But we can find a better way.
Like I said, I hope you're making the right decision.
Well,
And
we'll make it together.
and she fades, and you're standing next to your companions again. Coda looks a little more smug this time. Didn't expect that from you. Still, not bad, not bad. All right, who's up?
I guess I'll go.
Oh boy. This one's gonna
Question,
be...
Wex.
Yeah.
Does it seem like they can tell if we lie for our answers?
I mean, yeah, like you're giving the answer of your soul.
Okay.
Like,
Now, here's the question from that.
well,
Are we giving the answer of our soul in the moment of the scene, or our soul as it is looking at the scene?
actually, I should rephrase that. So you are a little, you can lie. I just don't perceive it as a lie because you're making it as a deliberate effort of will.
Okay.
It is only a lie in that it might go against your beliefs, but like if you have the will to back up your choice, it effectively is the truth as far as that situation matters. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Here we go. You walk forward. Ooh, the kid. The seed. Perfect. Oh, you're an interesting one.
Seed.
Oh, yeah. Actually, why don't we talk for a minute, kid, before we get started? And he snaps his finger, and a tea party table appears with little seats around it, and he and the Unity take a seat.
Are there enough seats for everybody, or is...
There are, though you're at the head of the table.
I will go away from the head of the table and sit at one of the side chairs.
Oh, so shy. Such a wonderful little girl. We didn't really know how you'd turn out when we when we shaped you. You know that, right?
What?
Oh, yeah. You were the seed piece. You were our insurance that things would get to this point.
Blank look staring back.
Well, I mean, listen, kid. You ever wondered about your folks and what happened to them and why they always seem so scared and all that?
Just a look of like wanting to know, but also kind of terror is going to appear on Serenity's face.
We can tell you. Yes, child. The truth can be unveiled to you at last.
Going to very quickly glance around at the rest of my team.
It's probably confirming something that we've suspected for a while, no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know.
He shakes his head. You're what we call the seed. We do this on when we need to push the game forward a little. Your potential, kid. Pure potential. More so than, and then technically every life is potential. It's one of the written rules of the universe, you know? It is something that all sapient creatures must obey. They have potential when they are come into existence, and life they fulfill that potential, make it take shape, form, give themselves direction and purpose. But that's the thing, kid. That's what makes you kind of special. See, everyone else, their potential dries up, becomes limited. It's just the nature of things. But you? Nah, we took a special look at you. We instilled the seed in you. Raw, infinite potential, kid. Not only powers. No. You have the potential to be and do anything you want. Heck, you gave it time, kid? You could even become like one of us, unlikely as it is.
That's okay. I'm happy just being myself.
Maybe. But you also are a way to get you here. You see, you have a bit of the cosmic in you. A bit of something more than mortal. And things like that are drawn to each other. You acted almost, what's the word? Fate? I hate that word, personally. More like a convergence. You acted as a possibility magnet. You being there was enough to kind of draw your team to us. And here you are. And you're still the ultimate wildcard piece. The youngest, the most potential. You can go in any direction. Even now. Again, maybe a little sooner than we'd hoped. We hoped you would go and figure things out a little bit more, but ooh, kid, you got that spark. Which is what happened. Some people found out about some of this. Not to that extent. They didn't. Listen, mortals never can fully grasp it, but they saw what you could do. They made a deal with your parents. Didn't work out so well, and well, mortals be mortals. It's true. Their limited capacity for foresight made them do drastic things in order to try to obtain your power. Yeah, sorry about that. Trust me, it wasn't intentional. We're more of the, again, plant the seed and let it grow and see what it does type of guys.
Yeah, I think Serenity is very much speechless, realizing that she is just a spore character.
Nice.
So, you ready?
I guess
so.
so.
Perfect. Snapped fingers.
Yeah.
All right.
I am a different spore character from the same planet.
So, Serenity, you find yourself, you're a little older, but not by much, and you're sitting talking with, I don't really want to make it one of you guys. Okay, actually, you're sitting talking to Wheeler. You've manifested a version of him, okay?
Oh yeah, that's not healthy.
Nope.
Okay.
You're talking about something really serious. You've been feeling like you can't handle the responsibility of being you, of having these powers. It's been a lot, both from being game night to being player 2 to being legacy, all of it. And you don't know who to turn to, so you're talking to Wheeler now, and you're realizing that maybe the best thing might be to give up being you. Not you specifically, but these powers, they're too much. They're too much responsibility, and again, you're only a little kid. You're only a kid. And Wheeler is listening and nods his head. Well, kid, I know it's rough, but there is a way. And listen, I do think you're strong, but you are a kid, and if you can't handle it, there is a way out. Listen, these are your powers, but you can do what you want with them. If you want, you can give them up. They still got to go somewhere, but you could empower someone, or like if you wanted to, even empower me, and I could become my own self. I could have those powers, and you wouldn't need to deal with them anymore.
But that's not fair to you, then.
Shakes his head. No, but it ain't fair to you either, sis. And I'm supposed to be your big brother. I'm supposed to protect you. I can do that if I have those powers, and I mean, listen, you're old enough now. You know your real big brother's dead, but I'm not him exactly. I'm just what you remember of him. But it doesn't mean I don't care about you. It doesn't mean that if I wasn't fully real, I wouldn't protect you and others. But you have to make that choice on your own. I'm just offering it. And listen, I back you whatever you want to do, okay? You're my little sister. I trust you. You're good. You know what the right thing to do is, no matter what. If you can't handle it, I can take that burden.
You're the one I've always looked up to. The big brother who I always wanted to be like.
You've been more like me than you know, kid. But a part of being me and looking up to me is sometimes you get older, you got to make choices. And this is one of them, and I can't tell you what the right choice is here. I'm just giving you an option.
Serenity's going to get up and give Wheeler a hug.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to be like, this is too much power for me to handle. And as much as I would want to give it up to you, like you said, you've passed. You're what I remember, and you're the best parts of you that I've always loved. But I think if this power is too much for just one person to handle, Wex, if this power is too much for one person to handle, maybe it's better to split it up with the people who've stood by me for so long.
Izzy, are you Shazamming me?
Yes. I'm totally. If I have the ability to break up my power, I'm totally going to do it. And Spectrum is getting a piece of it.
Oh no!
I'm keeping one too, but yeah.
Okay, so I'm putting you on pause. And we're doing you last now.
Damn it. Okay.
Okay.
Sure.
Is that all right? Is everyone okay with this decision?
Sure. I mean, it feels appropriate.
I'm just going to redo a little so Nick and Sean go before you. That's all.
Okay.
This will still happen. It's just going to happen later. And it gives me a little processing time.
I mean, Iris is definitely going to look over to Avarenkus and nod in their direction because she still does not trust him to make what she thinks is the good decision.
Okay, so just so we're clear, players, everything that just happened with Serenity has not happened yet.
Okay.
Yes.
Pause. Sean or Nick next?
I'm giving the look of I need to calibrate based on how far off in one direction you push this.
You're getting the exact same reaction with a concerned look at Serenity, but
This is why Serenity offers to go for her before the two of them. I had a feeling you two were doing this, is why I'm like, okay, I need to be number 4, I guess.
You know what? Okay, actually, I'll leave it up to you guys. You want to leave it in order because it is going to change some things.
I think leaving it in order is appropriate considering the two most standoffish characters about this would refuse.
Well, I love that you guys did a thing that I didn't intend in the last game, and it changes everything I had planned, and that's definitely okay. Izzy, I'm going to let you decide what this looks like. How damn Shazamming me.
As I hug Wheeler, he turns into lightning and shoots up into the sky, and then wherever the rest of the party of Spectrum is, a power-up appears directly in front of them.
So you kind of were having this this whole thing again, Phasey Land, but as soon as that happens, you're back in the hyperspace. And both the entities look shocked. They're like, wait, what? Oh no.
I will turn to Iris. I'm game if you are. Hand hovering over the accept button.
So, are they just all... They're like, wait, no, you can't do that!
Hope the accept button.
You can't do that! Oh, this is outside of the parameters of the game.
You forget, my brother was Game Night, also Game Over, and no one knows games quite like me.
If I was still giving 0 points, you get 5 there. Okay. Oh shit.
At least immediately pushing that button.
Do you all hit the button?
Oh,
Yeah.
of course.
I mean, it's gonna be like the Pac-Man Power Pill for Geist. Dungaroo's gonna have a boomerang.
So, Izzy, how do you want this to work? This is not an instant win button, but what role play / if the game were continuing effect would you see this having?
I mean, if they just told me that I was a seed piece that had infinite potential that would never stagnate and keep building because I had raw infinite potential, if you break infinity up 6 ways and share the wealth,
Still infinity.
still infinity.
That's how math works.
Mm-hmm.
I just created the Shazam family.
Yeah.
You did.
You kind of did. Oh boy.
So, what effect do you want it to have? Are you giving them amping their powers or giving them new powers?
I believe the correct answer there is the power to either alternate their own powers or get a new set of powers to help them achieve their overall goals and make the world a better place as they see fit.
Oh shit. Okay, so I was gonna ask Sean and Nick, are you guys okay with what your stuff was being totally cut short? Because it no longer feels appropriate.
It no longer feels appropriate. I also feel like Iris's gift is she's in control now.
Yeah. So I guess let's walk through what each happens to each of you and just a quick explanation of what you think this does to you, and I'll edit as I think is necessary.
Mm-hmm.
So, fuck. Okay, this got cool.
Yeah.
Let's go with. Nick. I'm saving you for last. Okay. Sean, let's go with you first.
Yeah, well, my first answer is I definitely feel like I'm in control now as well.
So, are you just an infinite probability control character now?
Effectively.
Yeah, that's about what I figured your powers would go at.
Hey, I need to use chaos to bring order.
Yeah, you're essentially like a probability entropy like crazy character. Like you're basically a few steps shy of reality control, I would say. If
Yeah.
you want powers to go that direction, you can't like go full Scarlet Witch, but you can.
No, of course not. I want to go with the power set of what we all thought Layla Miller was until we found out what she actually was.
Oh god, I was actually joking before you even jumped on, Wex, that like each of us becomes an Infinity Stone.
You're not.
Yeah, that was actually a thing.
I did joke about
That
that.
was the thing Izzy joked about before you got online.
Hold on, I need to write some things down.
Let's see. Nick is space.
We'll get to you. We'll get to you.
That is mind.
I'd be madder.
You'd be madder.
So I'm going through this. Let's finish going through this way. So, Sean. So yeah, do you have any change otherwise in physicality or anything like that, or are you just like infinite luck probability manipulator now?
I am not going to change physically.
Okay, so you look the same, but you definitely can tell that you can just basically like cause any form of probability manipulation you need to at almost any scale, or at least you sense any scale. Like Serenity, all of you like Serenity will need to train up to a state of true powerhouse, even with this new power. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I understand that. I can't randomly make sure that certain molecules quantum phase or quantum tunnel.
Okay. Anyways, do you have anything else you'd like to add, Sean, for the immediate situation? I know you'll have more later.
I guess I kind of want to know how much pull I think those two have over us and how much it has lessened because of this.
So I think as a side effect of your power, Sean, I'm going to let you see what Prophet can see.
Fuck Prophet, but sure.
Yes, but you have kind of his ability now to see the threads of fate. So you can see it, and they were tangled hard around you guys, and you easily can see them now and just kind of push them away.
I feel less staticky for some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I know you don't like Prophet, but his ability feels like what you could eventually do with this type of power.
Yep.
Anyways, let's go. I'm just gonna go right down my order here. Let's go with Geist. What happens to you?
Let's see. I mean, how exactly does my power evolve?
Up to you.
Oh, jeez. Oh, God. Oh, man.
If you want suggestions, I can have some, but like,
No. Man, I should have been thinking about this. I was too busy reveling.
do you want me to come back to you?
Yes, please. If you
Okay, is anyone ready for this step?
I'm debating between a couple of ideas.
Great.
Oh, okay. Hold on. You know what? I think I've got it.
Okay. What do you got?
Okay. My power. I still have mostly the same sort of issues, or the same sort of powers that I had before, but in many ways, so much more. Not only do I become gain much more ghost-like abilities, but I'm also able to not only phase through things that I touch, but a piece of me is left inside them as well. Person, object, or machine. And from there, manipulating technology and objects to expose those, the very web that those in power have created with their own tools of creation. Really, at that point, becomes a trifle.
So, can you control things that you leave yourself in?
I basically am the ghost in the machine.
So you basically allow yourself yeah, you've basically got the ability now to kind of spread your consciousness and control to everything.
Yeah, basically.
If you need and want to, which I think is horrifically ironic considering the shit you gave Dan.
Yeah.
I'm also going to say you have complete control of your phasing. You can be as solid or as crazy as you want at any time, and you definitely have a few more even just generically good abilities. Like, you can fly definitely at this point. I'm going to say you can just become invisible. You can travel really quickly, like, through things.
Oh yeah, the whole Danny Phantom package, if you will. Yeah.
So we have, I'm just writing these down. We have a probability master,
I got you, X.
true ghost in the machine.
Yeah.
Who's up next?
I think I have mine figured out.
All right, let's go with Dan, then Wash, then Nick.
So I think what would actually be really interesting. So effectively something akin to Yayozuru from My Hero Academia.
Yeah.
Which is basically magic or matter generation, but I have to understand what it is that I'm creating.
Interesting. So you can just, like, create matter out of thin air.
Right. So like I can I can make new inventions as instantly as I can think of them.
Okay, neat. I assume you keep your, like, technomancy powers as well?
Yeah, that's all just tinker stuff anyway. It's not like I make myself dumber.
Yeah. So yeah, you essentially can create matter and devices and probably even just have more control over them than ever. What about Minerva? Are you doing anything with your new power for her?
Well,
because you
honestly, I would be I'd have to mentally consult with Minerva for figuring out what she would want.
I mean, you could probably make her a real girl.
I mean, that was kind of my initial thought. It's just a matter of, like, does she want to have a real body? Because if so, I will make that happen.
I'm going to say yes, because it's tropey and I like it.
All right.
So Minerva's like a cyber lady now.
And obviously part of the thing will be being able to, manage her powers and actually have
you've essentially
like a moral compass and stuff like that.
You basically created a cybernetic entity. Like, you've made an android.
Cool.
Okay, so a matter technomancer. Got it.
Yes.
Wash, do I dare ask what happens?
Kangaroo Mega Digimon form.
Yeah.
If I may, the one thing on my list of notes that I was not allowed to do was Digivolve Grey Zone into War Grey Zone, complete with chest rockets, spinning blades, and a giant energy ball. If you have in fact been watching DBZ with Serenity, have fun.
Oh no!
Go as anime.
Wash, you there?
Wash, you're muted.
Become as anime.
Wash is muted.
Some Time Towers bullshit is the closest to anything I've been thinking about, but...
Time powers?
Is your powers like Waldo?
Well, he said to what I want to do, so I'd go back and save the Outback, and then come back and change nothing else.
You get the power to generate fancy hats at will.
I'll take it.
No residual time travel powers.
What? Wait, so did you just do nothing?
No, but Crazy saved the Outback. She's a hero.
Yeah.
Okay. So you saved the... All right, the Outback was saved. Do you take anything?
No other changes.
This feels appropriate somehow.
Exactly.
Super appropriate.
Can I suggest one change?
No.
No?
No, what is it? You will
Would you like to have more animal friends?
Yeah. Oh, if you think there aren't fucking tree houses that Serenity got and Joey saw in Safari, full of fucking kangaroos in the outback now for no god.
Are you gonna make Gorilla City?
I think, Flash, if you want to do changes like that, then you basically kind of got a subconscious ability to like make changes that are about good things for animals. Because the way I see it is animals that come in contact with you probably can talk now.
Cool. Well, this is annoying. I've got to go do good now. I was enjoying my house.
And that feels appropriate. And finally, Nick.
I feel like the only thing that can happen is Iris just looks away and just goes, "Oh, I get it now."
Yep, that's basically what happens.
Yeah, there is a universal reference frame, and it's me. She's just going to make a gesture, and like somewhere else, those terrible black holes that Paradigm is dealing with are no longer a problem.
So, Nick, I'm going to tell you this since you now have a little bit more clarity and understanding. You're not like Serenity. You aren't a seed. But you are essentially like a ley line point of power in the universe.
Oh, dear.
You essentially are almost an avatar of space. Like
that's quite literal now, given Serenity's power up.
Well, it was literal before, actually. And I will tell you that your parents designed it that way.
Joy. I wish I'd followed up on that plot more, but we didn't have the time.
It's fine. It's something in the future times. I'll talk about it later. Yeah, so Nick is basically a realized avatar of space. Again, limitations due to lack of practice and flexing your power. But eventually, you know what I'm saying.
Hey, yeah. At the very least, Paradigm is being saved from the fate of having to control those black holes.
Paradigm just kind of gets to her feet. It's like, she just is laughing like, oh, now that was a play, kid. And Izzy, what does that make you now?
I'm pretty sure I am still just Serenity, same as always. For better, for better or for worse, I am me. And
so you're still kind of like the wellspring of potential. Boy. I feel like that's still the role you represent.
This is some serial experiments lane bullshit.
A little bit.
Yeah.
The entities are furious, like, no, this isn't how the game works. Correct. We must abort the game and begin again. Yes, they cheated. They cheated.
I don't know. I think it's time for a new game. A new game where you two are somewhere else.
Yeah, this is not your game anymore.
It's ours.
So, wellsprings of potential. How do you choose to resolve this situation?
I think we all hold hands and something happens.
Yeah.
My plan is I'm going to send them to Station Dimension -1.
Mm-hmm.
They can go be trapped in the timeout zone until they make peace with each other.
Mm-hmm. Can I make a suggestion? If we're shoving them into the timeout zone, can we also do it? Can we also throw them in an exact copy of the Endbringer spaceship and then kick that into the void?
Yes.
I don't know. I was kind of feeling like we shoved them into like the universe that Animorphs takes place in, so they can be subject to this bullshit.
Ooh. Oh no, I like that. Let's do that.
Yeah, I like that one as well.
Guys, Animorphs is just fiction.
Oh no, the elements. Or what? Oh god.
Yes, the Elemist. We're gonna fuck them over with the Elemist. It's gonna be great.
No, that tracks too.
That does track.
I don't even know which one of you is responsible for doing that.
All of us were holding hands.
Yeah, the answer is yes.
Hands. So if you're holding hands and the power of friendship and the heart of the cards,
yep,
a rift opens behind the entities. They look at you and they curse you like, no, you can't do this. That's not how this works.
It is now.
Kind of looks like we can.
they're kind of fighting against it. And then Paradox gets to her feet, and she's like, I may not have exactly the same thing. And she cracks her knuckles. But I'm connected enough for this. I know you'll be back, but get the fuck out of our universe. And she just slams her hands together, and just like, you can feel reality ripple. And they're just sent into the void. And it shuts, and they're gone. She turns to you, she's like, well done, kids. You guys want ice cream? I haven't had ice cream in, like, 40 years.
Hex?
What's your favorite flavor?
I was thinking shawarma, but that
What's your
works.
favorite ice cream from?
I mean, butter pecan. I'm an old fogey.
No. What city? Not like what flavor, but what city and what flavor?
No, more specifically, which
you get Ben and
factory
Jerry's
is
ice
that
cream
city?
like right from the source?
I mean, like, obviously, Betty's in Chicago.
And it's in brand.
Oh, here, don't forget to leave the tip when you do that.
Well,
I have not forgotten that at any point, honestly, even when Grayson had me go and get hot dogs from San Francisco.
well, you kids certainly have more power than I expected.
Yeah.
Listen,
Unfortunately, Serenity's good at math.
listen, I know you've had enough of adults telling you what to do, but you guys are the potential of the future from the look of it. And I've been missing Earth for a while. I'm not telling you what to do, but if you want someone that's used to handling a large amount of power at a universal source, I might be able to help you.
Point me in the direction of the other worlds that they've screwed over.
That's a long list.
Well,
Yeah, we have time now.
Lots of it.
and
Some
now-
of those civilizations don't even exist anymore. Listen, don't forget this, kids. You have power now, a lot of power. But that doesn't mean you're not human. That's the most important part, okay?
I raise my hand.
And animals.
Fair.
Lower my hand.
You're more. And that
Yeah,
is your,
well, I guess I need to start training then.
that's your listen, that's your strength, not your weakness. Okay? My team made a lot of screw ups, and maybe it's good we're not the premier heroes now. Looks like that's your job.
I think our job is much more set things up so that overall life is better for everybody.
She shrugs. That's your call. I'm going to just advise if you want it. Nothing more, okay?
we appreciate that.
You've had enough adults telling you what to do. I'm just going to be here to offer help if you need it. And as your maybe new mentor, may I suggest we get back to Earth? We're kind of floating in the middle of space.
Snap, we're back on Earth.
Can anyone sense did the members of the squadron make it back okay?
Yeah, that is a good question.
I mean, Nick, they are somewhere. They're safe on
Can,
Earth.
can I also bring them back because the power of bullshit?
Like,
There's only one thing I want to do, which is go to
I
Prophet.
don't. Yeah, Nick, you can bring them all to you if you want.
Oh no, like I'm just bringing us back to Earth and bringing them back.
So you all kind of appear in a giant cluster, and they're just reacting in different ways. Like Firework just sees you, Dan, and just hugs you.
To get a very good hug back.
So Prophet, did you see this coming?
Unless I'm reading the situation poorly, she will try to kiss you.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
She's like, God, I was so worried about you. What happened out there? What happened? You just disappeared.
It is a very long story, but we'll talk about it.
So Plasma is like, So yeah, we won, right?
Flatboy is briefly going to experience what life with negative velocity is like, and then go back to normal.
Prophet's looking around. It's like, wait, where's Avarunkus?
I'm right here.
He actually seems genuinely surprised. Like, what? Who said that?
I did. By the way, I flip a coin in the air. Heads or tails?
What?
Ish.
Heads or tails? It's still flipping. You still got time to pick one.
Tails?
It lands perfectly on its side in the crack in the sidewalk.
He looks confused. Like, who's talking?
I was just going to like go and probably like, good job, Oedipus. You guessed wrong.
Yeah, Sean. You from your vision, he can't see you.
I know. It's fine. Well, I understand how you were seeing the future now and everything.
Hmm? Well, I think after we've had some of that ice cream, I am going to start getting to work. There is so much to do and so much time to do it.
I hate ice cream.
Of course you do, bud.
I'd rather just have some soda.
He is going to get the largest big gulp right in front of him.
Black
No,
soda.
I'm actually going to purposely give him a soda float.
He just like gives the biggest emo sigh and drinks some of it anyways. So who is it? Platypus Man's like, well, boy, I guess that kind of worked out. Still got to get back to my own dimension.
Where's that at?
Oh, it's in Down Under.
Sign.
Universe 27C.
I write it down.
Yeah, I think I think once I get my hands on some tech, I'm sure we can find it for you.
Oh, that'll be swell, mate. Hopefully no feelings about everything that happened.
I can probably make something pretty nice for you now.
Mm-hmm. Same.
That'd be nice. See, have any of them not talked yet?
And during this, I was just like, hey, TikTok.
Whatever. God, where's my cell phone? It's already
She's
taken.
holding TikTok's cell phone.
Hey, give that back!
Well, you see, here's the thing is, you have a lot more patience for social media than I do. What do you feel about, I don't know, taking selfies and being Instagram famous about alien architecture?
Is it going to get me a lot of clicks?
I mean, probably eventually, but people won't believe you at first.
Trust me, they'll believe me. You don't know my followers.
I'm going to send TikTok to a beautiful alien planet with her cell phone.
Ha!
Hello? Am I getting a signal?
Popson, you still have your camera. Take some pictures. I'll come bring you back when it's relevant.
But how am I supposed to know if I don't have a signal! Oh, God, I hate you! Okay.
Yeah, I'm not strong enough yet in order to make sure she does get a signal out there.
Are you guys ready to epilogue wrap, or do you want to RP a little more?
I think this is a pretty good spot to wrap.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm pretty much just going to ask each of you what you hope to accomplish individually, and then kind of as a team what you hope, and I'll tell you some after effects of that, and that'll be wrap. We'll start at the top. Sean, hopes, dreams, use of new powers, what do you got?
Figure it out and, test the limits of it while trying to maintain as much of a normal as seemingly as the same kind of hero I was beforehand.
That's really easy with your power set, dude.
I'm aware, but it'll be fun once I start figuring out things like how to make sure my mitochondria doesn't get damaged whenever it replicates DNA.
Right, eventual immortality. Got it. Understood. Let's deal with the more immediate future than that. So just continuing onward?
Yeah, just continuing onward.
Okay. Ziggy?
Oh, I also do have plans to help Iris with whatever she plans to do with her parents.
Okay.
Yeah, I make good on my promise. I basically, it doesn't take long before every multi-billionaire suddenly has their accounts empty, and every low-income family has a few $1 million in their accounts. Plus, and that's really just the start.
Ziggy, don't even like make me hope and dream.
Yeah. Basically, yeah. So basically, from there, it pretty much goes into any dishonesty that's attempted to committing, any chicanery, any attempt to screw over the lives of others through their own financial gain. That doesn't happen anymore.
I will say you're probably going to end up more disconnected from things than your compatriots here. Like
probably, but I'm pretty happy with that.
Even for you, it's going to be kind of a sit in a room or area while concentrating on doing all this. Like you're probably kind of retired from hero work as we normally think of it if you take this route.
Probably, yeah. Though I mean, with all the with all the various robots and satellite work and things that I'll be able to access, I think I'll still be able to get into the physical things, if only indirectly.
Yeah, it just takes a lot of concentration. It's not that you can't do it; it takes time, concentration, and it's bigger than what you used to do. It takes more attention.
I've got nothing but time now. So yeah.
Okay. Wash.
I don't know. I guess I'm back in the new Australia, Gorilla City type thing for kangaroos.
Is the new Australia shiny?
Is Kangaroo City a real thing now?
Yes.
God, I hope so.
Good. Okay, Kangaroo City is a real thing. It's been a real thing for a while, by the way, guys. You all know the time shenanigans happen, but the world does not. And Kangaroo City has an envoy at the UN and everything.
Nice.
In fact,
the Education Council.
Comments that this seems pretty similar to how Down Under works, just less bipedalism.
I get a seat on the Education Council. I care about our future.
Okay, so you're getting involved in Kangaroo City politics. Got it.
Did you become the chair of the PTA?
God damn it.
All right, so yeah, you are like an envoy for Kangaroo City now. Probably more involved in politics than you used to be, but it is helpful, and all the kangaroos, love you and appreciate it. Dan, you and Minerva, what are you guys doing?
Well, I guess Minerva definitely gets a choice in that, but as far as what Hex wants to do, I think Daddy Dearest is getting arrested tomorrow.
Oh, I'll help with that.
That's yeah, and you're very much welcome to help with that.
If you want to extradite, we kick people here.
I won't rule it out.
Okay.
As far as other stuff, yeah, very much going to need to explain what all of the last couple sessions were to Firework.
I mean, she at this point is basically your ally, and despite being surprised and fazed by it, will inevitably be helping you.
Yes.
And Minerva right now kind of just wants to experience being alive. She's not alive per se, unless I don't think she's ready for that, but she has a body now, so she kind of wants to just be able to walk around and take in senses that are her own.
She starts a blog.
Yeah, I mean, and that's something where whatever money or means that she needs to, find herself and all of that stuff, she will definitely have access to.
Fair enough. She is gonna start that journey of self-discovery.
Yeah, we'll probably do a little bit of splitting time to kind of get the company back from being a horrible, corrupt supervillain wreck.
Nick, I'm going to do you next because I want Izzy definitely last here.
So, Iris is going to spend 1 day training.
Just one.
And by 1 day, I mean 40 subjective years.
You don't have control of time.
No, this is the amount of quickness I bought in Uber mode.
Fine.
You reveal golden Iris?
No, like it's not going to be just contact everyone just because she thinks that he would enjoy this. That challenge her parents to a battle in low Earth orbit.
That sounds fantastic.
Okay.
And
It's not an easy fight. Even with your powers, it's not an easy fight.
well, yes, but like this is one of the goals she's had since the beginning of the campaign is be able to pull that off.
Yeah, I think what... No, because they can't escape you because of who you are.
Mm-hmm.
I think inevitably you would win that fight.
It is going to be a spectacular show for everyone involved, and then all on the
If you
team.
want to preserve lives, though, you have to take it away from there about halfway through.
Oh yeah, no, like it's definitely going to be happening in space where people on Earth can see it but are not in danger.
But I mean,
Oh yeah. Oh, I'll have a satellite broadcast the whole thing
even
live.
then, if you don't want your mother Aurora nuking the planet, you need to take it away at a certain point.
And I am happy to do that. And honestly, after that, Iris is going to go, I'm going to go fix the planets that, like, these two god fuckers fucked up.
So you're going to be busy for a while in space.
I'm just going to be for a long-ass time.
That will take a while. So Iris goes off into space. And Izzy, you're last.
Serenity is going to head down to the local card shop and play a card game.
Are you, for the future, being a hero, or are you kind of happy that you created the true heroes?
I am happy that I have known and worked with true heroes, and if any of them ever needs me, because they're really the only family I have at this point, I will always be there to help. But
So as you're playing, Izzy, actually, let me full epilogue further. Do you have anything else?
no, that's it. I will help out when the world needs me. But if other people can handle the situation, I don't think Serenity is needed.
So here's how the rest of this is going to go. Effectively, Spectrum's disbanded. The way you guys described it, a lot of you are no longer a team for various reasons. Nick is in space. Dice
I
is
come back on occasion, but yeah, she's mostly focusing on fixing the rest of the goddamn universe.
Dice is busy being a ghost in the machine. Literally. Greyzone's being a diplomat now. And spreading love to all animal kind, as really everywhere she goes, more animals seem to awaken. Some with powers.
Like, threatening to give you a right wallop in the kisses, just the Aussie way of saying it aloud.
I mean, really, the only people who are still heroing is Hex and Avarunkus, I think. Right?
I think so.
And you guys don't necessarily have to work together. My guess is you probably each go your separate ways, but Sean, you kind of can pull things as you want. So if you end up wanting to become like a major hero, you can do that. You want to?
No, I'm gonna stay on the ground. Look out for the little guy.
Your parents are disappointed in you, not knowing the full truth, but they still love you and respect what you do and are still proud of you.
Yep, and I'm gonna make sure that whenever they're in a big fight, they don't know that I'm keeping their asses safe.
Your grandma gives you, as always, a knowing smile and just is like, well done. I won't tell them if you don't.
I'll wait for the retirement.
She knows.
Yeah.
Dan, my suspicion is if you want to keep heroing, you and Fireworks start a new team.
Yeah, that seems legit. And I mean, if Minerva ever wants to come back and join, she's more than welcome to.
Oh yeah, definitely. You guys probably form like a tech-based team, which would be pretty sweet thematically. Let's talk about the rest of the NPCs. What do you guys want to do about the hero-villain contract?
I mean, I don't think that's really necessary anymore.
Yeah,
Okay.
it sounds like we just kind of
I feel like the idea of they don't go completely all out in civilized areas is still a useful thing.
Yeah, well, I don't like it to be a formal contract. It's the problem.
Overall, agree.
I mean, you guys have a lot of power. If you have a creative solution, let me know.
I mean, I'm going to say at the very least, Iris is honestly going full god at this point, and telling people, "Look, contact me if you need me. I'm going to go try and fix the rest of the universe."
You are going to get a Captain America pager before you leave, just in case.
Captain Marvel pager, you mean?
Captain Marvel.
Captain
pager.
Marvel pager, yeah.
Yeah, for Captain
I
America.
mean, I am definitely going to have Hex be in charge of. I need you to actually back up this place.
Yeah, I mean, I can. Presumably, I can be in a lot of places at once now with enough tech prep. So yeah, that works.
So I think what happens then is between your coverage and just your powers working in subtle ways, you kind of start to improve things in general in the world. Eventually, I think the contract would fall apart, but because of so many safety precautions with things, villains are less able to do what they used to do. Some of the more powerful, like Ruin and Radiance, were some of the most powerful villains, and their defeat kind of is like a shock to the villain community. So villains in general are a little more cautious.
This was part of the point of doing that, yes.
I'm going to say that the squad eventually is broken up because without Spectrum, the need for martial law in the city goes away. And Captain Unfulfilled Potential Thunder leaves.
Goodbye, Judge Thunder.
Judge Thunder, thank you. Judge Thunder leaves. And I think the squad members, for the most part, still keep heroing. I know for a fact Prophet definitely stops. But I think the other 5 keep doing it.
I make sure that anytime I see Prophet at a bar or a cafe, that I make sure a drink gets passed to him. He has no idea where it came from.
Yep. I think the only one probably TikTok eventually kind of quits, but starts her own social media brand and is just popular with it. Yeah, I don't think Stygian will keep doing it either. He goes off to do magic stuff, which we're not going to get involved with because magic. But I think the others all keep. And Platypus Man gets back to his dimension. Plasmoid is too stupid to not just be a hero.
I mean, eventually he becomes a villain, but yeah.
I mean, maybe. I suppose if you guys want him to be one, he can go either way. He's just dumb. So yeah, what other unresolved threads do you get? Let's talk some of the old heroes. Paradigm returns, but basically kind of hides the fact that she's back for most people. She's happy to be a mentor in the shadows to you guys, but mostly as we're just retired. She feels she isn't needed anymore. Not with you guys around.
And once I get a better sense of my powers, I'll do everything possible to make sure her retirement is uninterrupted.
She does settle things with the Lion of the West. And even with your abilities, you never quite find out how that encounter goes. But he becomes a pure recluse after that. And the Mecha Man essentially is given a proper funeral. And Tranquility goes into kind of a rehabilitation to hopefully maybe one day recover her mind.
Yeah.
Can't we just fix that?
I'm not going to mess with that.
That's difficult even for you guys because her stuff was messed with on a cosmic scale.
Yeah. I'm not messing with that.
Mecha Man essentially is a dead man walking, literally. So, like, you can let him stay in his, like, tomb, essentially, in his robo-coma, or just put him to bed.
I mean, it is a matter of, is there a way for us now to, like, probe his mind and see what he wants?
His mind's basically gone.
Okay.
He's essentially operating at, like, basic robot function. Like, his brain is no more than a battery that is, like, operating on simple computer commands.
Can we find out who his next of kin or power of attorney is?
Yeah, easy enough.
All right, then it's up to them.
Yeah, again, the Lion retires, or he's already retired, but he fades away and leaves the city, and nobody knows where he goes. Starlight is able to get requisitioned and back to the city. She's not sure how it happened, but she's proud of you guys, and she's willing to, like, head up. She's put back in charge under a new coalition that's less company run and more like a city coalition government about, like, taking charge of the heroes. Because turns out, due to some interesting influence within the machine, there's a lot of propaganda going around about how corporations maybe shouldn't control heroes the way they do.
I wonder who that is.
I know, right? It's so hard to figure that out.
I would also definitely offer her a spot on my team if she was coming back.
Again, she is going to take more of a coordination role. If you guys are okay with that. Yeah.
We cannot let our Jerrys believe if they are just that little extra bit different, they're doomed to corporate service.
Yeah. So she's kind of leading, like, kind of the new way of running things. And while it's kind of contained to your city right now, the ideas are spreading. Both through your powers and through the good ideas. And I'll leave you on one final thing. Serenity, for the most part, you retire from your hero life. You sometimes make friends to help out, but you're mostly content not to use your powers as much as you used to. Mm-hmm. And things are taken well care of. You if you want to, you still can live with Nana. She's happy to raise you.
Mm-hmm. I will throw one caveat onto all this. As I'm going out living a normal life, if there are people who I see or sense have potential to do good in the world and make positive changes, I will give them a little bit of power so that you can make that change into a reality.
Oh no, Izzy's a superpower giver. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
No, that feels entirely appropriate.
Yeah. The final scene I'll leave the game on. You are playing your card games at the top. You play the winning move. The crowd cheers. You win the big tournament. And as you grab your prize, you see standing at the door. You see Wheeler. And he smiles at you and he says, "Good job, kid. Well done." He turns,
first time I
walks
came
away, and it's the last time you ever see him. Because you don't need him anymore.
Seems like a good way to go.
And that is our superhero game.
Thank you, X.
Thank you, X.
Yeah, no, awesome.
Hey, so that was, I'm going to say it, I think that was an awesome ending.
Yeah, honestly.
I mean, when it is in the game, always be ready for...
I was not...
Yeah, so I mean, Izzy, I think that pretty much is the best thing you ever done.
That was remotely where I expected that ending to go. But you know what? Sometimes life gives you card games on motorcycles, and you take it.
And you take
on
it.
motorcycles.
Well, here's the thing. It only took infinite cosmic power for Izzy to make Ziggy happy.
Yeah, it's true.
So Ziggy,
That's the bar.
so Ziggy,
That's
take
the
this
bar.
as a lesson. From now on, whenever I'm going to game for you, just give me more power.
Okay. So, I think that ended well.
Yeah, that did
Are you
great.
guys satisfied with the conclusion?
It's a good ending, yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess the final thing is just if you want questions now about process or NPCs or any, you can ask about my fuck ups, whatever.
I am actually good for now, and I'm going to log off because other people. But
Yeah.
thank you very much, Wex. I would love to discuss it with you in the future. And once again,
Absolutely.
thank you for everything.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
fun. And hopefully
Thank
we'll
you,
be
guys.
able to start up something again, at some point.
I love as much as I had problems running the game, it never was you guys. It was always my hangups. You guys were great.
Good night.
Thank you, Wix. I
See you, Sean.
wish our player who had left us had been able to get to the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you guys have any questions you want answered now?
Actually, hold on. I'm going to stop the recording and start back up for post. Give me 1
Okay.
second.
Oh, good point.